Hello, magical people. My name is Lou, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to talk about the full moon we have coming up on Monday, January 17th. It's the first full moon of 2022, so kind of a big deal. And this month, the full moon is in Cancer, which is also the cosmic home of the moon. So this one is especially potent. Now this one is sometimes known as the spirit moon or the wolf moon. And full moons happen when the moon and the sun are in opposition to one another. And this month, in addition to the sun, Pluto is also in opposition to the moon, so it's going to be greatly impacting this energy. Now, full moons, even though the full moon itself happens on Monday the 17th, you may notice, or you may have noticed over the past 4 or 5 days and into the 4 or 5 days after the full moon, that these energies are still going to be very much at play. Speaking only for myself, of course, but I have certainly been feeling the emotional intensity of this full moon. I've been feeling things bubble up and, heightened emotions, heightened intuition. There could be a little bit of a feeling of heaviness with this full moon, and that's again a good segue into talking about Pluto. So Pluto is the energy of the subconscious forces, and it rules that which lies beneath the surface, which means that as the full moon illuminates some of these things, it might be a really great time to do some shadow work and just take some moments and have some introspection. Pluto is also associated with transformation, renewal, new beginnings, and rebirth. So there's a lot of opportunity here, despite the heightened emotionality and despite perhaps a feeling of heaviness. If you have been noticing things bubbling up for you, and that can show up a variety of ways. For me personally, it's been showing up as grief. And what that's allowing me to see is some opportunities to heal some things on a deeper level than I've done in the past. This is a great time to be self-nurturing and be especially kind and gentle with yourself. So before we pull a couple of cards, just the final sort of takeaways. In being kind and self-nurturing with ourselves, I think especially when we're dealing with the subconscious, it's really important to keep in mind our inner child and thinking about ways that we can show some love and support for ourselves as we show up in our present day, but also in terms of what that means in terms of showing up for that inner child. It's really less a time for action and more a time for introspection and stillness, which is why I wanted to offer a guided meditation at the end of this video. I just had a beautiful download that I really hope I can manage to get out with even a fraction of the beauty with which it appeared in my mind, and to share that with you all. One of the things, again, harkening back to that power of Pluto and its association with renewal, rebirth, new beginnings, that's one of the things that comes from things bubbling up for us to heal, is that once we've seen them and once that we've had an opportunity to heal them, it really is an opportunity for new beginnings and to get better insight as to how we can step forward into our power more. And I'm seeing here, I've just been sort of shuffling the cards as I've been chatting, and the first two that popped out were the World and 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is a card of burden and a card of heaviness and a card of really slogging through it in a lot of ways. And so maybe that's one of the energies that you've been noticing of late over the past few days. And then the World is all about completion. This is the final card in the major arcana, and it's it's a big ending to a cycle. So I think this is really just supporting everything that I've said. We're coming to the end of a cycle here, being the full moon, and it has been, perhaps the energy has been heavy and it has been intense, and it is coming to an end. And so it's this is a good opportunity to take some stillness and have some silence with ourselves, so that we can get insight into how to step forward into our best manifestations of ourselves, and really step forward into our power, so that we can make choices in our lives, as to how to manifest that in the real world, how to not only have in our mind this idealized version of how our life could be, but the actual concrete steps that we could make towards making that vision a reality. So with all that in mind, please remember to be open to messages that may come into you that will help shine some light on this path to self-empowerment. And now let's pull a couple of more cards and see what we see. I've got just one tarot deck and actually 3 different oracle decks. They all really spoke to me today. So the next card that we're getting is the 8 of Roots, which is, in this deck, it is called Discipline. And I think that is, again, just really supporting exactly what I just said. This is the card of putting in the work to make your vision a reality. And at the bottom of the deck here is the Father of Roots, which is the king of this same thing. So that's telling me that, this is whatever insights we're able to gain from this full moon will really assist us in being able to do the work. And the father, the king of the suit, is always the along with the queen. He is not higher than the queen, but those are the 2 energies, or the 2 parts of the suit that have really full mastery over it. So what this is telling me is that if you do have the discipline and you do put in the work to take these insights that you gain during this time of the full moon, that there really is an opportunity to lead towards mastery. So, the work will yield fruit, so to speak. And, I think it's also important to remember with the Father of Pentacles that, there's so much abundance around him, that it really, it's like I said, it's the culmination of the suit, and somebody who really has gained mastery. And again, being the Pentacles or the Roots, it's all about how things actually show up in the real world around us. And by real world, I mean the physical world, the physical body that we have, and what we experience as day-to-day life. And then the next tarot card that came out was the 6 of Wands, or 6 of Fire. In this deck, it's actually the 6 of Feathers, and it is the Victory card. And it is victory over that sense of scarcity, which is the underlying energy here. And so again, this is really an opportunity to go deeper on your own healing journey. And again, gosh, I just got full body goosebumps, which always tells me that there's an importance to the message. So I hope this resonates for you. I believe that it will. But it really is an opportunity to let what bubbles up within us that comes from that scarcity mindset, and scarcity, just so you know, I forgot to even say, it is the 5 of Roots, or the 5 of Pentacles card. So it really is coming from that scarcity mindset where you just don't feel like you have all of the tools or all of the resources available to move forward. It's that feeling, it's self-limiting beliefs as well. But not just self-limiting beliefs in the thought way, but the self-limiting beliefs in the way that actually shows up in the world around us. So the way that you can think about, well, I can't do that, will actually show up as meaning you won't actually even put in the effort. So this is being able to move out of that mindset and move towards that victory. And again, being able to move out of that space of feeling deeply burdened, and finishing that cycle, allowing a new cycle to begin that will bring us towards, through work and through discipline and through awareness and consciously making choices that will lead us forward in our path, moving into that space of victory and abundance and that Father of Pentacles energy. So I'm also going to pull a couple of the Oracle cards. Oh my goodness, I love it. And the one that came out first is new experiences and possibilities, which is absolutely true because, again, as you end a cycle, of course, that also means that a new cycle is beginning. Again, hearkening back to that Pluto energy of renewal and new beginnings and rebirth. And so by allowing things to come up for us to be healed, what that does do is it also clears the slate for us to have new experiences and possibilities, and I see that that's going to happen for you. Oh my gosh, and the next card that came out from the Moonology deck is a new start is coming. So again, just sort of following up that same energy. This is, my body is just a tingle with goosebumps again. The energy, the intuitive energy, and perhaps you're feeling this as well, let me know. But it does feel very much like, this is, we're just past the new year. So it does make sense that there is still that feeling of like newness and new beginnings and new opportunities and new possibilities. And yeah, I'd be curious to hear if you're having intuitive hits coming in left and right, because I know that of late I have been starting to see that happen, and my creativity has definitely been flowing, which is a wonderful new beginning to embrace. And then the card that came out from the Return of Spirit deck is the Up card. And yeah, so, again, as things do bubble up, let them come out of you so that you can release them, let go of them, and move forward into the future. And, oh my goodness, last card that I'm going to pull is birthing. So again, just like there's so much confirmation here. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. I hope it's not boring to listen to, but truly, this is a time and an opportunity for you, for me, for all of us, for the collective, to move out of that scarcity mindset and be able to move out of that place of feeling like we don't have the resources that we need, to realizing that if we allow things that are coming up that don't feel good to really, look within and do the shadow work and actually examine those things, then that will allow us to, making the unconscious conscious allows us to then be more deliberate in the actions that we choose to take in our day-to-day life to move forward. So I think that this is a very powerful time. It feels like I'd really love to hear your thoughts and your experiences and what you're going through right now. I hope you found this helpful. Please do remember, especially at this full moon here in Cancer, with the first full moon of 2022 and with the powerful impact that Pluto is having on this full moon, to be especially kind with yourself, to be especially gentle with yourself. And I look forward to do a reading for you next. And stay tuned. Stay tuned? Who says that? This isn't a radio show. Anyways, well, I don't know what to say. But if you'd like to partake in the meditation, then that will be coming up next. Thanks so much. Take care. Welcome to the full moon, January 2022. Welcome to the full moon meditation for January 2022. I'd like to begin by asking you to just take a few deep breaths, breathing in, letting that oxygen expand your chest, perhaps sitting up a little straighter as you do so, really filling your lungs and your belly, and then letting that breath slowly escape from your body and let the tension move out of your body as you exhale. One more deep breath in. Again, slow, deep, full breath in, letting your chest expand, letting your shoulders open, fall down and relax. Holding at the top for a moment, and then a slow exhale out, letting all of the tension leave your body. You may now let your breathing return to its normal rhythm. Now I'd like for you to imagine that at the base of your spine, where your root chakra is, that there is a cord extending from the base of your spine, and watch it expand and grow down deep into the earth, through all of the layers of the earth, until it reaches the core. Wrap your grounding cord around the core, or plug it into the core of the earth, and just let what no longer serves you, all of the energy of anything that no longer serves you and is ready to be released, let it fall down your grounding cord into the earth. Now I'd like for you to imagine the full moon above you, bathing you in its silvery light, shining down all around you and seeping into your body. Breathe in that light. Feel it coming into your lungs and your nose and your throat, moving through your body, and not only lighting you from the outside, but lighting you from within as well. Feel and see how this light illuminates obstacles that may be in our path. And in fact, I'd like you to envision that you are standing on a path. This is your life path. This is your path to self. I'd like you to notice that there are some rocks in the path before you, perhaps even some boulders. There are some cracks and some fissures and some unevenness in the road that make it difficult to traverse. On the other side, just down a ways, directly in front of you, on the other side of these obstacles, I'd like you to notice a child. Now, this is your inner child, and she, he, or they are waiting for you on the other side of those obstacles. I'd like you to bend down in this imagining, this vision, and investigate the obstacles. As you do so, you notice that you have just the right tools to mend the way. You have a chisel and a hammer to break down those boulders into manageable pieces that you can then roll out of the way. You have a shovel and some soil so that you can fill the fissures with dirt and pebbles. And you do this, and with each repair you make, You move forward on the path a few more steps, and you feel more confident in your abilities. You feel almost a little bit of amazement. Like, gosh, I perhaps should have known I was capable of this, but didn't quite realize it till I've actually started to do the work, and gosh darn, I'm doing it. Now continue on, you're making the repairs. And after you've finished the last one, you've moved the last thing out of the way, smoothed the last bit of path, and you wonder at how you should feel tired and weary from all of this work. But instead you feel energized. You feel a lightness, quickening your final few steps to the child, the purest essence of your spirit. And now I'd like you to imagine bending down and embracing that child. And that purest essence of your spirit, as you embrace it, it merges into your physical body. Now with your actual physical body, I would like you to put your arms, embrace yourself. Put your right hand on your left shoulder, your left hand on your right shoulder. Breathe slowly and deeply, giving yourself a squeeze. With your arms forming an X over the heart chakra, where that child resides. Just being fully with yourself, present, whole, and empowered. And just enjoy that space of knowing that all of the work that you put in to repairing the road so that you could move through those obstacles and challenges, and just knowing that all of that work brought you to this sense of wholeness. And I'd like you to carry forward that gentle energy of having your own self supported by you and loved by you and appreciated by you. I'd like you to bring that energy forward with you into this next month of birthing and new beginnings and new experiences and possibilities and new starts and victory. Stay in this space of stillness and peace as long as feels good to you. And know that this space is always available to you. With that, my friends, be well and take care.